Welcome to Tallish Thickish. If you're new here, I'm Sarah. If you're a returning subscriber, I hope you know I really appreciate your support. I am going to try to share a little bit more about myself and open up and have a little bit of fun today. I appreciate your support because it encourages me to do that. I am a little bit shy, so thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited today about the haul that I have for you. Today I have items from Buffbunny collection and I have items from their Vida collection that recently launched. I'm very excited about the pieces. I took down my normal rainbow and I replaced the items that I purchased because I just love the color scheme here. I really love the overall vibe. I think that there's a lot of fun to be had in this haul today. So I'm excited to go over, I think, 4 different outfits with you today. But before I do that, I'll just quickly review my sizing. So in bras, I typically wear a 38D. I measure at 44 inches around my bust. I have a 37.5 inch waist today. I am feeling a little bit bloated. I had a lot of processed food in this last week, so I'm definitely feeling on the chunkier side. So that's something to keep in mind when I'm giving you my feedback today. I think we all have those days where we feel a little fuller in the midsection than others. This is one of those days for me where I'm feeling a little bit fuller in the midsection. So 37.5 inches at the waist, 47 inches around the glutes. I have a 31-inch inseam and I'm 5'9". I thought I would start off with the collection namesake. So this is the Vida Seamless Sports Bra and the Vida Seamless Shorts, and I believe that these are a 6-inch short. These are in the color Sunrise Ombre, and I really do love how bright and how playful these colors are. I just don't know if it's for me. The longer I have it on and the more I see it on myself, the more I do like it, but I'm just not too sure how I would mix and match with it. I'm not somebody that tends to wear matching sets, so I'm just not too sure if I want to invest in a set that I would only wear together, especially in a seamless material. I don't love matching sets in a seamless material because of the compression on the bottom of the bra and on the waistband. Seamless shorts tend to have a thicker and more compressive waistband, regardless of the brand that you try. I don't love wearing sets where I have a lot of compression in both places. I like to feel very comfortable in my tummy area. I do love the overall vibe and I do love how colorful this is, but I just don't think it's for me, and it's just not something that I want to invest in for my activewear closet at this time. The other reason why I'm not in love with these pieces is going to be because of the fit. So I will start with the sports bra and I'll turn around and talk to you about how it's fitting on my traps and on my lats. I need to remember that when it comes to Buffbunny collection, I should steer clear of anything that's going to be crossing over my shoulder blade. I'm going to stick with racerback styles when it comes to their sports bras and avoid these kinds of straps up top because they really are uncomfortable. If I were to try to do a back day or even push, I just don't like having material right here on my shoulder blades. I think that's too distracting when I'm moving. The other thing that I'm not loving about the fit of this bra is this area here. I don't love how high this bra comes on the side, and if I try to pull it down, because it does have some nice stretch to it, then I get a lot of pressure up here on my traps. So I don't love that I just can't find a comfortable fit no matter where I try to situate this. As far as the front of the bra goes, it is most comfortable to have the bra situated about here, and I do have a lot of digging right around my neck area. When I pull it up to alleviate that, I don't love where this bottom band fits me, and I don't like how much compression I get from it. I also don't like how far up these straps are on my back when I bring the bra up. So overall, the fit just doesn't really work for me. That was the one thing that I was a little bit disappointed with this collection. I was really happy to see representation for the BTC community, but for mid-chested and broad-backed gals like myself, I knew that there weren't going to be a whole lot of options. I went with a seamless bra. I was hoping that the stretchy seamless material would be a little bit more forgiving, but it's just too uncomfortable of a fit for me. I would say if you don't have broad back problems, you may be more comfortable in this. It is really comfortable outside of how it's fitting across my traps and across my back. And again, if you're not too sensitive with things being really high up as far as coverage goes, then this might be a really great option for you. It is pretty comfortable beyond that. Some really big pros with the sports bras, I would say, are the coverage and the support. I think you get like a medium to high support for a mid-chest gal like myself. And then I think that the coverage is really sufficient. I don't think you're going to worry about anything falling out. So if coverage is your biggest issue, I think that this is a really great option for you. I'll go ahead and talk about the shorts, and I'll do a couple of quick squats for you so you can determine sheerness. And again, I have on a nude colored thong underneath. These are a 6-inch short, and they don't really roll up my quads. They do kind of shimmy, but I'm not getting any kind of flipping up. I'm not too sure what the general consensus is for tolerance on shorts rolling up, but for me, as long as they're not flipping up, I'm okay with it. I don't mind if they shimmy up and stay in place once they do that, but as long as they're not flipping up, and these are not, I am really good to go. So these do not really roll up on me. The waistband just rolls down ever so slightly. I do already have it folded down. This is where the waistband comes up on me naturally. I can kind of play with the fabric to try to bring it down, but if I do that, then when I bend over, it rolls over pretty significantly compared to what it was before. So I think it's better on my shape with my shorter torso to just bring it up where I can fold it over. Since these waistbands tend to be a little bit more compressive, I think I would be more comfortable in an extra large than I am in this size large. If you have larger quads, I think sizing up would avoid any kind of discomfort in this area. I'm not uncomfortable, but I am aware of this seam down here, and I think if I actually had a quad pump, I would be slightly uncomfortable. I think overall going with my larger size would make me more comfortable, and then I would also have a little bit more opaqueness when it came to sheerness. One thing I don't really love about this waistband, I don't mind rolling mine down. I'm very used to it. I haven't found a pair of shorts where I don't need to roll down my waistband. One thing I don't love about some of the Buffbunny collection shorts, they do have this tag that's printed on the inside of the waistband. And if you're somebody like me who rolls theirs, I just don't really like the fact that it's visible if I do that. I did forget to mention that these have a V-dip in the back. And I think I forgot to mention that because it's actually very comfortable. I don't really notice it. I think if anything, it avoids just more rolling, and I think it helps keep the waistband up here situated on my shorter torso even better. If I see colors in these seamless shorts in the future that I like, I would be happy to grab them in an extra large just for some extra comfort. The only reason I might be hesitant to size up to the extra large is that right now I don't feel like there's a whole lot of visibility in the scrunch back here. My only concern with sizing up to an extra large is that that would become a little bit more visible. So if you are concerned about that, maybe stick with your smaller or your true size. If you're not concerned about the visibility of the scrunch in the back and you care more about comfort, then I would definitely go with your larger size. This material is very breathable. It is very stretchy. With Buffbunny collection, I am definitely gravitating toward the legacy shorts. However, I am finding that if I am doing exercises like hip thrusts, I do want a seamless short. So I think it's important to have both in your collection. I do see the value of having really good seamless bottoms in your collection, and I think that these are a really good option if you're in the market for them. I like the length that they offer, especially for somebody with longer legs and thicker quads. I like that I'm not dealing with any kind of rolling, any kind of major digging. So I think these are a really nice fit. They're very comfortable to move around in, and again, you can go with your true size, your smaller size, or your larger size. It just depends on what's most important to you when it comes to the overall fit of the shorts. I think that covers everything here. I'm going to go ahead and switch into the holographic set. Here's the Soul sports bra in a size extra large, and the Rebel Leggings V2 in a size large, and the Siren holographic. I'll go ahead and do a couple of squat tests. These should be pretty squat proof since it is such a thick material. I would pay attention to the waistband though as I do these squats. If these are intended for high impact movement. I wouldn't want a waistband that's gonna roll down like that on me personally. Even if I'm just lifting my legs up and down, I get so much rolling in this waistband that it's too distracting for me. And unlike the other bottoms from Buffbunny collection, I cannot bring these up to roll over the waistband so that I have a little bit more security. If I try to bring these higher and roll them over so that I have more security in the waistband, then I get really bad camel toe, and I'm already kind of fighting camel toe. So that's another thing I don't really love about these leggings. I know I've talked about it before. Buffbunny collection only offers one inseam, or sometimes they do offer a shorter inseam, but they don't currently offer anything for the taller girlies. So if you're somebody like me and you don't like always wearing longer socks and you don't like being cut off before your ankles, then you may not like how long these leggings are on you. The overall compression in the legging is very comfortable. It is a medium to high compression legging, but it's not squeezing me. I don't feel like it's too tight. It does feel really tight when you're getting them on, but once you have them on, you feel very comfortable in movement. The main issue with movement for me in these leggings is going to be the waistband. I just don't want to deal with anything that's rolling, and I don't want to fight camel toe. These are more of a mid-rise legging, and so on the back we don't have as high of a rise as we do with the back seam. This is coming right where the base of my thong is. So I'd say the top of my thong is right here and the base is right here, and that's right where the seam is. That being said, I'm not feeling any kind of extra digging or uncomfortability here. It's just simply where it's hitting on my glutes. Overall, I do really love the color. I think that they are really beautiful leggings. I think that the rise is actually perfect for me. I just wish it was gonna actually hold me in better during movement, or I wish it was higher so that I could roll it down for a little bit more security. And because this material is more compressive, I do wish that they offered a longer inseam. It is just helpful to have more material in the legs to ensure that I can place my leggings where I need to and they're not going to move during movement. So beautiful leggings, just not for me when it comes to the fit. I'll quickly talk about this sports bra. This is a racerback sports bra. I did good here and I got a racerback sports bra. I was really excited to try this. I was hoping that out of all the sports bras that this one would fit me the best. It stays in place pretty well. The thing that I'm not liking about the sports bra is going to be the coverage in the front. I do really wish that it allowed more breathing room. Again, here I have to have this situated further up on my torso to ensure that I'm not getting tugging on my traps, because if I try to pull this down at all, it does tug pretty significantly on my traps back here. This is a higher coverage sports bra, so if that is what you're in the market for, you've got a pretty good option here. I feel like I had less coverage but more support in the Vida seamless, and in this one I have more coverage but less support. So again, if you're more petite and you're not as broad, this might be a better fit for you, and if you don't mind extra coverage up front, I think that you'd be really happy with this. I do like the material of this set. I feel like it is pretty decent quality. It's hard to tell without trying it first, but nothing I've gotten from Buffbunny collection so far has given cheap straight out of the bag. So if maybe you're more comfortable with a mid-rise and you feel like you're not going to have issues with the waistband staying secure for you, I would definitely give these a shot. The fit's just not quite there for me with this particular set. Next, I have pieces that I am very comfortable in. I have the Vida baby tee and some legacy shorts. I'm really excited to talk to you about the pieces that I'm wearing, but before I do that, I forgot I had set these aside before I put on the holographic set because I'm a little concerned about returning these. And an update on my last return, they did help me get my shipping labels. Buffbunny collection customer service did help me get my shipping labels and I got everything sent back to them. So I really appreciate how easy they made that and the fact that they worked with me. There was a lot of back and forth because I was having issues with the website, but their customer service was really great and they ensured that I was able to send back my returns. I hope they're going to be nice with me again because I have only tried these on a couple of times. I don't know if you can see that. that printed on label is already rubbing off. So if you're somebody like me and you're going to be rolling that waistband over, if that bothers you, that's something to consider. I just thought that was worth mentioning. I'll go ahead and get into what I'm currently wearing. So this is the Vida baby tee in the color Leche, and this is in a size extra extra large. I tried my best to put on something that wasn't going to be so sheer underneath. I really don't care that it's sheer. I absolutely love this Leche color. I'm kind of disappointed that this was the only thing that came out in this color. I think it's very flattering on me. This isn't something I would wear to the gym, but there's just a look at where it situates after raising your arms up and down. This for me would be more of a lifestyle piece. I'll try to give you a good look. It is so cute. I really like this because I'm pretty simple when it comes to what I wear outside of the gym these days. I've really been wanting to wear a nice fitted top like this with wide-legged bottoms. I really like wide-legged bottoms. If you have big quads, you should invest in some because they're super comfortable. And I've really wanted to find tops like this that I feel really cute in that I can pair with those. So I was really excited about this Vida tee. At first, I wasn't too sure about it because it was $40. It is 100% cotton, so I'm not going to throw this in the dryer. This does feel like a really nice high quality cotton, and I do appreciate the detailing on this and the fit. It can be difficult for me to fit into a baby tee even in a size extra extra large. I have tried them with Fiore and with Honor Active, and with Buffbunny collection this is definitely the best fit that I've had to date. It is a little bit longer in the back than it is in the front. I really like that, especially since I'm going to be using this for casual use. I like the fact that I have a little bit more coverage in the back from when I'm sitting down and bending over. I'm not sure what else to say about it. I think it's super cute. I know I'm gonna get a lot of use out of it, and I love this Leche color. I'll quickly talk about the Legacy shorts. I did a review on these in my last Buffbunny collection review. I absolutely love the Legacy 6-inch shorts. I really like where they hit me on the quads. I really like that there's no rolling. I like that I can bend over the waistband for the Legacy and that you don't see the tag in the back like you did with the seamless shorts. I really appreciate that they're flattering on the glutes. Right now I have on a white brief. I really appreciated the recommendation I saw for testing with white. I looked into it and I guess that white reflects light more, and so it is actually a recommended color when it comes to squat testing. But even in a white brief, I feel like these are very flattering on my glutes without having a scrunch. So I really love how these look on me. I love the comfortability around my quads because that is very difficult for me to find. I love that I have support in the waistband and that they stay in place, or at least there's not enough movement in the waistband during movement to distract me. Outside of squat proofness, I'm really curious what your concerns are when it comes to finding activewear shorts. I know for some, squat proofness is the biggest thing, so I will do a quick squat proof test in this sunset color, and I'll insert a clip of me doing squat tests in the other colors I got the Legacy shorts in from this launch. I did get them in this color Mar, which is absolutely beautiful. I don't have anything like this in my collection currently. I was pleasantly surprised with how much I'm gravitating toward this color. I really hope that Buffbunny collection includes this in other launches because it's very lively and rich and deep, and this is probably my favorite color from the entire launch. So if there are any pieces that you're debating from the Vida collection that are available in this color Mar, I highly recommend that you just go ahead and grab it. I also grabbed the shorts in the Candy Crush color. I wanted to compare the difference between the Candy Crush pink and the hard candy color. These are both in the Newbury fabric from Buffbunny collection. This came out in the Unbreakable collection, and I was really sad because I wasn't ready with my Legacy sizing by the time the Legacy shorts in the hard candy color sold out. But I'm really excited that the Candy Crush pink color came out and I was able to grab these in the 6-inch shorts. I have one last color comparison for you, and then I will get into the squat tests and I'll get into our final outfit. I'm really excited to try on the bodysuit, the Perform Reversible bodysuit for you. But before I do that, this is not from Buffbunny collection. This is Peach Blossom from Honor Active. So if you have items in your closet from this brand in this color, or if you missed out on this color originally, there's a quick comparison for you. I think they're very similar. I think that the peach blossom color is a little bit more orangey and is a little bit darker. Personally, I kind of like that this is a little pinkier and a little lighter, and I like the overall fit of Legacy shorts better than the seamless. The waistband on these is very tight for me, so this is something that I will be including in my giveaway here in a couple of videos. So if you are interested in these, keep your eye out for that. I think that's it for the baby tee and the Legacy shorts. I'll run the squat test for you and meet you in the bodysuit. I hope those squat tests were helpful. I do need to find some seamless white underwear. I think that for the most part everything was squat proof. If you're seeing anything, I really think it's just my underwear line. I was wearing traditional white briefs. I think if you were to stick with underwear that's seamless, that you should be okay, just depending on what is most comfortable for you. I do have a different waist size than I do hip size, and if I get my underwear in the hip size so that it's more comfortable, I end up with a lot of extra material in the front and a lot of bunching under my activewear. So I just prefer to stick with a skin tone thong so that I'm comfortable around my waist and I don't have a bunch of extra material. That being said, I have switched back into a neutral colored thong. Here's the Perform Reversible bodysuit in the color Candy Crush Pink, and this is in a size large. If you are interested in bodysuits, and if you're not interested in bodysuits, please talk to me in the comments below. Bodysuits are my favorite category from Buffbunny collection. I am really excited to film and get out to you a Buffbunny collection review of 4 different bodysuits that I've tried from them. I have tried their corset bodysuit in this Perform material. This is a very, very stretchy, thin, breathable material, and it is great for any kind of movement. I tried the corset bodysuit in a size extra large, and it was the only one that I felt like I should have stuck with a size large, and I'm really glad that I did with this short set. The only thing is that it is a little bit tight around the quads in the size large, but I don't think it's worth sizing up to a size extra large because this material is so stretchy and because there is plenty of room in the hips. If you go with your larger size, I think that you will end up with a lot of excess material that's going to gather in the crotch area. So when it comes to this Perform Reversible bodysuit, I really hope you try it if you're on the fence, and I would recommend sticking with your true size or with your smaller size if you're in between. I'll do a quick squat test in this Candy Crush Pink. If you're interested in the Azul color, I'm going to do a more in-depth review on these bodysuits in the separate review, and I'm going to showcase the Azul bodysuit and wear it the other way around since that is the way I prefer it. I don't mind this, I just feel like I am aware of my trunk in this area when I wear it this direction. I feel like I still get plenty of support though if I choose to wear it this direction, so I don't have to worry about anything coming out or spilling out. I do initially get a little bit of tension up here, but I have noticed that when I work out in it, it does loosen up the longer that I wear it. It doesn't get worse as time goes on. This does come up a fair amount on the sides, but these are not uncomfortable. I think because of how this dip, it forms to my shape and it allows room for how broadly built I am. I really appreciate how this fits in the bust area and along my back. Either direction I wear it is very comfortable. I also think this is very flattering on the glutes. This does not have a scrunch. It does not have an elasticated back seam. And again, this is just the way it looks in one direction. I think that it's a little bit more flattering on the glutes when it's reversed. And again, I'll feature that in a separate review. There is some slight rolling on the quads, but it's not enough to annoy me, and I have pretty big quads. My quads usually measure around 27 inches on the thickest part. So if you have bigger quads than that, then maybe it's something to worry about or consider sizing up for. But if you don't have extra large quads, again, I think you'll be fine in your true size, and I don't think you're going to deal with any kind of rolling or digging. They're really not rolling up on me right now. I have worked out in this bodysuit, and I have worked out in the Azul one, and I can't stress enough how comfortable and carefree carefree I am when I'm wearing this bodysuit. I think that it's great for the person that is very confident wearing this as is. I also think that if you're a gal that prefers to wear a really large pump cover, it's still something to consider. What I love about a bodysuit, and especially this bodysuit, is the fact that I don't have to worry about coverage or support in the top area. I don't have any digging from a bottom band on a bra. I don't have any digging from a waistband on a pair of shorts. But I don't have to worry about any straps rolling or digging or any extra unwanted compression. If you are somebody who prefers to wear a big baggy pump cover, I would still give this some consideration. Wear under your big baggy pump cover because I think you may be really comfortable. The goal of my next Buffbunny collection review is truly to sell you on bodysuits. So if you are somebody who loves bodysuits, please let me know what your thoughts are. And if you're somebody that is absolutely opposed to wearing a bodysuit, please let me know why that is. And if you're on the fence, I'm really curious how I can convince you to reach for one and try one. This was definitely my favorite piece from the Vida collection. My second favorite piece would be the baby tee in Leche. I just feel really cute and I'm very comfortable in this baby tee. It was nice to have something like this finally fit me and finally work for me. And I'm really falling in love with the legacy shorts. So those are in third place, but not far behind. I really appreciate how creative this collection was. I really appreciate the expression that you see here of somebody who enjoys moving their body. I can really see it. I feel it. I love the vibe. I'm bummed that the pieces didn't work for me or just weren't comfortable or to my liking when it came to fit, but I absolutely love the creativity here and I love the self-expression. If you don't have the same concerns that I do when it comes to fit, I definitely recommend trying some of these pieces. I think the seamless shorts are a really great fit if you see a color that you like, and if you prefer something that's going to be more compressive on the waistband, if you like something that's more comfortable, I heavily recommend the legacy short. And if you are on the fence with a bodysuit, I highly recommend giving this one a try if you haven't tried a bodysuit yet. I think that covers everything for today's haul. If I missed anything, please feel free to leave me a question in the comments. Until I see you in the next haul, I hope you stay safe and I hope you enjoy your movement.